As you know, the UK has been experiencing quite a warm spell or a hot spell for quite a long time, and while it's not unusual to get temperatures maybe over 30 degrees through the summer, what's more unusual with this spell is that it's the continuous hot, dry weather which has been going on through much of July, and of course it's sort of eased at times, but then there's been further plumes which have come up, and this is what we're seeing this week, that it looks like particularly temperatures are going to be rising again. And I think I've seen, temperatures bandied around about it could get 34, 35 degrees across the southeast. Now the heat alert, while it's out for a good part of the southeastern half of the UK, the alert 3 is actually out for parts of the Midlands, the northeast England up to the Humber, and parts of central, southern and southeast England, which is going to see the highest temperatures. Further northwest away from that, there are some weather fronts coming down, weaker ones, which are going to bring some rain. So they're staying warm, but they're not going to see the really hot temperatures that this extra plume is going to bring through this week.
And you talk about the hot air pumping from Morocco, from northern Africa. How could Gibraltar be affected by this weather pattern?
Well, we've had warm air coming across us as well, but the problem has been that, it took a long time. We saw our winter sort of come into spring, and what's happened is we've ended up with quite cold waters over the Albarán and also running right across the Portuguese coast. And what's happened now is that although we're getting warm air and we've had more poniente and westerly winds this year, and we would expect it to be hotter, we've only had a couple of days where it's reached over 30 in Gibraltar, which is a little bit more unusual. Last year, by now, we'd had temperatures up to 35. Now, this year, it's been up to 30.2. And the problem is that while we've got that hot air coming across, pressure's been generally low over Spain, and because we've got the colder waters, we've had stronger sea breezes in the afternoon, and of course that has a massive effect because it pegs back the temperatures that you can get. Temperatures, I've seen them down as low as 14 or 15 degrees. The longer you have spells of poniente and like Terral winds, that hit Malaga, the more we get this colder current, gets cooler and cooler. It runs through the strait and up along the Costa del Sol and affects us. And when that gets colder, then of course it's going to have an impact on temperatures during the day.
We're about to enter August, which is notorious for the Levanta.
Well, Gibraltar so far has actually been, less Levanta, as I said, which is very unusual to last year, which was top heavy with Levanta and very, very humid. This year so far, you were saying to me about the cooler nights, not so much cooler, but more comfortable nights, less humidity overnight, and less of that low cloud and fog that's been hitting us. What I've seen for August is that it wants almost a similar pattern, where it's wanting the UK to be slightly warmer than average, but for parts of Iberia, again, to be around average or cooler than average, which suggests that it could be the same pattern, that we're going to see more westerlies than easterlies, which some people will prefer because it's hotter and drier, while others prefer it to be cooler, but then you've got to put up with the humidity, don't you, and the lack of sleep.